Very good to see you. And finally, I'm outside again doing that what I love doing most, as being live at sites. So thank you so much for being here. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So I'm using my iPhone again. By the way, just as a reminder, today is the Hawk Eaglet Day. Thank you for Osprey Mama, to Osprey Mama for reminding me. It's the Hawk Eaglet Day. 1 year ago, we had this big celebration where the mayor declared this to be a very special day. So thank you so much for being there. As you can see, there's still strong sun coming in. Thanks, Nicole. Audio is great. There's still a lot of sun coming in from the west here as the sun sets. We're still fairly warm for Vancouver weather. You know, it's well, it's nothing for the Floridians out there, but it's fairly warm, about 29, 30 degrees, which corresponds approximately to the high 80s, but not more. Okay. So anyway, the reason for this special broadcast, and I would like to do more, but hopefully on a more happy. I just see Dana Steele, Kathy Newton. I want to say hello to Osprey Mama, to Nicole, of course. I want to say hello. Pacific Northwest, Kate. I saw Lady Hawk. Thank you very much for bringing more people, and I really appreciate this. This is a really important incident. It's something that can happen anywhere in North America. Hi, Carrie, to Dana Steele, and so on. Very nice to see you all. If I forgot someone, just put your name there. I'll mention you. Okay. There's. There is the Kit is also there. Very nice to see you from Reading. Hope you're fine. Okay, so let's get to the point here. I'm going to switch over the camera to the other side now and start talking. Jackie, hi Jackie, very nice to see you. Okay, let me switch. So this is a busy road. You can look on the map if you Google Vancouver, and you see the crossing of 20th and Croydon. 20th Avenue, and right there is Croydon. That's David Hancock's car, by the way. That's where we're located. This is where something terrible happened on the 24th of July. It's fairly loud here because the freeway 99 comes right next to it. So I hope you can hear me, and I can just see your comments. I'm going to walk into the area now, and you know that what you're going to see, unfortunately, is horrific. It's absolutely horrific. I had not realized how horrific the incident is, what you're about to see, when I saw it. Well, first of all, it says trespassers will be prosecuted. This site is under surveillance. Well, obviously it is not under surveillance, because if it had been under proper surveillance, what you're about to see would never have happened. So when you walk in, you already notice, which is rather un-Canadian and unfortunately part of our reality, you see a lot of garbage, which I find absolutely atrocious. So what has happened in the last days, as far as David Hancock has told me, and look at this, people have been now dumping their garbage here, and that is part of reality. This is how little people care for the environment. So unfortunately, I don't have you have something you'll bail us out. Very good, you bail me out. But this is what you're seeing. Yes, oh my God is the right word. Yes, I don't know what else to say. It's absolutely horrific. So obviously, David Hancock said when the cut down of the tree, which I'm about to show you, happened on the 24th of July, this was completely clean. So this happened after the tree came down. Someone's come in and gloriously took the advantage of it to dump their rubbish. So sad. Yes, Dana Steele. So sad. It's a bit loud. So now let me walk you to this. So this is actually a closed area that has been sited for development where people can make millions. Okay, this is one of the many sites in Canada. I'm sure you have that in North America quite a lot. Sites that have a lot of potential, and unfortunately for the developer, there was a big eagle nest standing right there where you can see David Hancock standing at the moment. And this is the incident that happened on the 24th of July. So fortunately, David Hancock was there. If he had not been there, we would have never known, because, and now listen carefully, because on the 22nd of July, the nest was still occupied, and David has seen the nest being occupied for at least, thank you for the kind donation, GoPro Creations. Very nice, RJ. Thank you so much. That's really appreciated. I'm going to keep this up. That's really appreciated. So on the 22nd of July, David Hancock had still spotted the nest. There were eagles in the nest at that time. And when he came back on the 24th, he saw a cut there. And what happened thereafter was absolutely horrific. Someone on that day had actually done something to the tree and tried to disguise it. But anyway, I'm going to introduce you again to my friend David Hancock. And David, it's nice to have you. Maybe you can explain the background. I've explained about the 9 years that you've seen it being occupied and so on. But
the first thing is, it feels uncomfortable to be laughing and joking about this. And as I was just telling Karen, the day that I was called to come by the city to have a look at what happened to this nest tree, because it was still standing, that was the day I kind of did my crying, because when I came here and saw that this tree was totally cut through, except for about 5-6 inches in the center, it had to come down, and the tree was just barely balancing there. If it had been a gust of wind 5 or 6 miles an hour, I would have taken it down, and depending on which direction the wind was blowing, the tree would have gone. It could have fallen on the freeway, or not the freeway, the side road over here, and taken the power lines out. So it was pretty dangerous. Within about less than an hour, the city came, and they had their climbers come and their people, and then it was a matter of assembling about 10 people. They had to assemble. I mean, the city did a big job because they had to get road crews to close off the road, and then they had to get the fallers, and they had to get a faller of sufficient experience to bring this tree down and not bring it down on him. It was a very dangerous tree. So anyway, well, let's look at the tree.
Yeah, let's look at the tree and see what happened. I see some flowers here.
Well, I saw these, somebody in the neighborhood put these flowers and put this wonderful poem.
Okay, put a poem there. Let's have a look at the poem.
I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree whose hungry mouth is pressed against the sweet earth's flowing breast, a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray, a tree that may in summer wear a nest of eagles in her hair, and upon whose bosom snow has lain, who intimately lives with rain. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree.
Wow.
Yeah, and so one of the local citizens has kind of mourned this internally and decided to put that poem up, and they put some flowers. So I went and bought some myself today.
You bought some beautiful flowers.
I bought some more to kind of commemorate what was a wonderful tree. I mean, this tree took over 60 years to grow, so it would support this eagle's nest. So it's more than just the loss of the eagle's nest, it's a loss of 60 years of the habitat and the surrounding areas here. So these are treasures that you can't just replicate. There's all this surrounding undergrowth as well, which is partly what has supported this eagle's nest. It has a degree of parkness to it, a serenity because of the surrounding growth. So we're going to try and insist that we get this all back again. The undergrowth is largely still here. Some was lost when the tree came down, but most of the trees around here are still growing. And now the city has said to me, go and get a pole, because we know a pole with an artificial nest will hold the eagles.
Right.
We've proven that time and time again. So they said to me, David, go out and do this. Now the challenge is, this is private property still. And somewhere in the development of this whole estate, not estate, this whole commercial property, there needs to be a park. And that's what the people who are kind of infuriated about this loss are going to insist on. That the developer, who we can only infer has seen that this nest came down. We don't know that.
Yes, we don't know that,
we don't know that.
Sure.
But who the heck, I've never met a wandering group of guys with very sophisticated chainsaws with 6-foot blades wandering around cutting eagle nests.
How long would it, I mean, if you did this with a normal axe, how long would this take to do?
I have no idea.
But it would.
You'd never want to be standing around a tree that's big. I mean, people used to cut bigger trees than this, but today, it's a very sophisticated, sharp saw that does it literally in minutes. The only thing was, the guy who first cut this tree down
Right.
made what is called the big wedge here came out of on that side.
Oh, the
over
wedge
there.
was on this side,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
over here.
okay.
And then he did the back cut here.
Oh yes, I can
hoping-
see that.
Yes, so he hoped the tree would fall. Actually, the way it did fall.
Right, it did fall.
But it didn't fall. He
It didn't
did the
fall.
back cut, and then he chickened out. He got scared because it looked like it looks like from when I got here
Yes.
that first day, it was all big wedges in
Right.
there holding the tree up. And I think the cutter, the faller, got scared, and he
Okay.
just got the heck out of here. And that's when the city got the call by somebody. Maybe it was the faller being scared. I don't know what it was. And they asked me to come and look at it. And then they sent the crew to clean this mess up. And the only solution, I mean, the city
Right.
did the right thing. They had to fall this tree because it was already dead now,
Right.
having been cut all the way through except for a few inches.
Right, right,
Oh,
right.
you're looking at the
At the other
this
cut,
was
yes.
the back cut, and
That
there
was
had
the
to-
back cut, yes.
There had to be two of them because
Right.
he got his saw locked in.
Right, right, right.
And so he made an effort to get his saw out, and apparently he did because the saw was not in it when I got here. Anyway, then they had another faller come, and he was scared to work on the old
Right.
cut, and he cut it at the top here.
So David, let's have a look. I mean, everybody wants to know where were the eagles. Can we just walk there?
Okay, sure, we will.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
So-
about, well, first I brought these.
There's beautiful flowers. Okay.
Well, yeah, they're fake flowers, but they're kind of reminiscent. They'll last a little while here. I just wanted them something. to do.
Sure, sure.
They're wealthy and they buy Costco. And I can't tell them, hey guys, you know, there's some people here. You
Very nice.
So,
do not get
the
mad
nest,
at them.
this
They
is the
want
tree
us to
right
do
here.
it.
And the nest was about 86 feet up the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So, the nest from here is about 80 feet off in that direction, okay?
Yes,
So
right.
we'll walk around to
Okay,
that
so we're
nest
going to
and-
walk
and
now
I'll-
and see where the eagle
and
actually.
while you were walking,
Yeah.
I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
This is a really interesting pair of eagles because we're sitting in almost the kind of middle of the base of this peninsula that makes White Rock. And it's a couple of miles to the ocean
Right.
to the south, which is Semiahmoo Bay, really productive bald eagle feeding habitats. And then to the north, but about 4 miles,
Right.
is the Nicamaco River and Mud Bay, the inner part of Boundary Bay.
Right.
Also, one of the most incredible feeding eagle habitats. So this pair had the option of going south to Semiahmoo or going north, and most years they've produced 2 young.
Right.
So it was a pretty productive nest site.
And you've known it to be there for at least 9 years, you said, yes?
I've been following it for about 9 years.
Yes.
And it could have been here longer, but I don't think so. I think I saw it when it was just made.
Okay.
Um,
Let's have a
so
let's see where the nest actually was. So it was only 2 days before you still saw it was occupied, right? It was on the 22nd.
Yes, when I was here, when I drove
Yeah.
by, because my shopping center is right there with old
Right.
Carpool. That's where I do my shopping.
Right.
And either going down the highway, the main highway 99, the I-5 into the United States, by driving that or going shopping, I see this nest. So on the July 22nd, the adults were sitting above the tree, above the nest, and the nest was there. And then 2 days later, I get this call.
Right.
I get the call that come and check what's wrong. A neighbor said that it had been cut. So here's the
So we're now at the top of the tree.
yeah, here's the top. This was quite a big nest, as nests go. It was
Yes,
about
there it
7,
is,
8
there it
feet
is.
across.
There it is. You can see
And
it clearly.
Every year, they naturally add
Yes.
to it, as they do with nests. At the same time as they're adding every year, from the bottom, and
Right.
well, all around,
Right.
weathering is taking place, rotting, the woods are rotting.
Right.
So the nest is crunching itself down more densely, but they're adding to it. So it gradually builds up. And this was, I don't know what the weight would be. It was probably 700-800 pounds.
You can see something.
It's pretty big.
You can see a lot of feathers still, right?
Yes. It's full of feathers and fur and fish bones.
Yes,
and
right.
the
Fish
like,
bones
you
and the
know.
like.
It's the mixture of everything these birds scavenge,
Right.
road kills. or what they get on the two main feeding areas,
Right.
Semiahmoo Bay or Mud Bay. So I experienced wondrous moments over the years because the eagles have been doing quite well. The big limiting factor for the whole area for eagles is finding a big enough tree.
Yes, and it's getting more and more difficult, right?
It's becoming extremely difficult. If a tree gets left by itself, people
Right.
worry that it's going to blow over onto
Right.
the house if they build next to it. So the limiting factor for eagles in this area, not food. There's a super abundance of food in the area. The limiting factor is finding something big enough to hold these great nests. And so that's the real loss. It's the loss of this tree. Now, what we've proven over time is that the eagles will build their nests or occupy a nest if we build an artificial structure, a pole,
Right.
with a nest in it. They will accept that. And we just had another pair of young eaglets fledge from a nest not that far, about 8 miles from here. It's a pole we put in.
Right.
And
So it's the osprey concept, right?
Yes, that's right. Ospreys
Yes.
nest on
Yeah.
50,000 poles
Yes.
around North America.
Yes.
Bald eagles tend to do that much less.
Right.
And it was in 1999 here, just around the bay here, when I had the first eagle nest in an artificial pole. It was on one of the big high transmission wires.
Right, right.
You know
Which
the
we
kind.
have right there.
Yeah,
There's some
was
high.
one right there,
You can
exactly.
see the high voltage poles right in the back there.
Yeah.
So there, yeah, absolutely, yes,
That,
yes.
that particular pole
Yes.
is not one that they nested on, but it's
Yeah,
the
right.
same line.
It's the same line. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's about
Right.
6 poles
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that
that
direction.
direction. Yes.
So anyway,
Well,
I
they-
mean, it's a tragedy,
Yeah.
but, and the but is the big thing here. The but is, there's a great deal of anger in the community that says this was a treasured resource. This is partly what makes beautiful, supernatural British Columbia supernatural.
Supernatural, yes, of course.
And that's,
Yeah, right.
that's our motto.
Yes.
Well, you can't have a supernatural British Columbia if the highlights, you cut them down and you get rid of things like your eagles. So there's enough anger that, that I think that we're going to be able to pressure the government into doing what the law says they should do, which is the Wildlife Act for the
Right.
of British Columbia. And the city of Surrey, of course, is irate about, because and over the last 8-9 years, there have been literally hundreds of people complain to me personally, or ask me
Right.
whether this nest was in jeopardy because they wanted to make sure it was protected. The city always said, "Oh no, this nest will be protected because this was going to be a little park."
Yeah.
The only thing is, it looks like somebody wanted to cash in on the development as opposed to the
Right.
park. So,
Yeah, I just wanted to say I put a link below the stream to the Hancock Wildlife Foundation for a petition signing. So if you're so inclined, please pass the petition on so that as many people as possible can sign.
good. So that will be a fine kind of kickstart. That
Yes.
petition just went up this afternoon.
Yes.
And we're not soliciting funds or anything.
Right.
We started a petition earlier in the day, and that got complicated.
Yeah, right, okay.
And so this
Yeah.
one is that we don't want.
Yeah,
any-
that's the one they want to concentrate on. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
Okay, good.
Good, excellent.
Good.
So there we are. I mean, I think that.
Oh, here's a question from Jackie. How can the Wildlife Act be enforced really? How can that really be done?
Well, the challenge is when a nest like this has already been cut down, the nest is cut down. But in the Wildlife Act, British Columbia Wildlife Act, there are 3 ways of punishing, giving a fine. One is a relatively small, few $1,000 fine. The second clause of fines is what they call creative fines. It's to somehow come up with ways that would benefit the environment relative
Right.
to how it was destroyed by somebody. The third one really adds muscle to the second one. And the third one is called extra fines.
Right.
And it very specifically says, if a person, by violating the Wildlife Act,
Yes.
cutting down an eagle's nest, which is a violation of the Wildlife Act, if they do that and they benefit, they can be charged for the whole cost of how they benefited. So this
Wow,
person here
wow, wow.
was going to benefit by changing the land from being a park to being a
development
subdivision of
site.
houses.
Yes, right.
So a whole line of several-story buildings here. So the Wildlife Act says
Yeah.
any benefit that he might get
Yes,
could be taken as fine. So it may well be
yes.
that the solution to this is that this guy who owns this development, this huge big acreage
Right.
that's going to be developed, has to give this area
Yeah.
as a park.
I
That's what we're aiming
I can
for.
see some are signing the petition here already, which is good,
Good,
right on. And
good,
thank you for doing it.
good.
Here's another question. What about jail? I just saw, I didn't know who it was, but is that a possibility?
I heard somebody suggest we send him to jail at Guantanamo. I don't think that's going to be possible. That's going to be.
Oh, that's typically David.
Yes, yes. I didn't say that. It was one of the people. There was some very upset neighbors. The day that this was coming
Yes.
down, there was people running up and down the road screaming and
Yes.
hollering to protect their nest.
Okay.
So they were very upset.
Yeah. And here's another question from Joni. How many names do you need for the petition? That's a good question.
Well, we thought we might get a couple of thousand.
A couple of thousand,
but
okay.
20,000 would be better.
Right, right, right. Oh, wait, there was another question. Let me just go back. Yeah, Carrie asked, why did they what did they do to the nest tree? I think you've just missed it.
Yes, they cut it down.
Yes, they cut it down, so they damaged the tree to such an extent.
It had,
Yeah,
they
that-
cut it all the way through this
Yes.
5-6 foot tree,
Yes.
except for a center of about 5-7 inches, and the tree was just balancing. It was already literally dead, but it was
Yes.
balancing. It was very dangerous, and the city had to stop the roads on the side in order that nobody got crushed if it fell the wrong way. And then they had it toppled in the right direction, this way.
Yeah, okay, very quickly, where's this location? If you follow the stream in the beginning, you'll see it's off 20th Avenue and Croydon. It's south of Vancouver. It's very close to Highway 99. You'll find the location
Highway 99
is right there.
right
So
by
even
it.
for those of you can take a map, 20th Avenue and Croydon in Surrey, British Columbia, you'll find it. Osprey Mama was just saying, were there any, I'm not quite sure I saw the question quite correctly, were there any dead eagles found? I think in this case it was not about that, fortunately, but we don't know what happened, right?
Well, we know over the last 9
Hmm.
years, every year I've got a record of what the young had produced. Last year it had 2 young at 9.5 weeks. This is
Right,
more
right.
complicated, and I wasn't sure I was going to say this, but last year at about 9 weeks, 2 or 3 days, there was 2 big young sticking with their heads, or standing in the nest. And just because I happened to go away for 10 days in there, I didn't see it until they were fledging.
Right.
And then lo and behold, there was only 1 flying in the area. And I thought, well,
Right.
I just missed seeing the other because often you don't see them. Well, when this nest came down, when I went through this nest the first night, there was the answer to last year's eagle. 1 was dead in the nest from the previous year, not this year.
Right.
The previous year. It had died for some cause.
And,
I don't know.
and here's a very good question, because there are a lot of U.S. friends here who have absolute
Yes,
nature
we're 2.5
nature love.
miles
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
border.
exactly. But they're asking, can they sign the petition?
Oh, sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can. That's great news. You
Say where
can.
you're from.
Just say,
Yeah.
give your location and so on. You can sign. That's great news.
Beautiful, supernatural British Columbia depends upon tourism.
Yes,
Half
it
of our-
does.
It's our single biggest industry.
Yes.
Tourism. It's not forestry. It's not fisheries.
Yes.
It's not it's tourism. So if
Yes.
Americans don't come,
Yes.
British Columbia's economy fails.
But most important, we share the same eagles.
Well, no, this is the Canadian eagle. A 2.5 miles south of here, they have one they call the American bald eagle, but that's a different bird.
Oh, that's too funny.
This is, of course, the American bald. This is the emblem of the United States, but we have more of them in British Columbia.
Columbia than they have.
than they
yes.
have
Yes.
by a long shot.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Well, that's the positive thing. So we get something positive about it. Please sign. That's very good. Thank you, Osprey, for some donation. Really appreciate that. Thank you. That's great. Very nice. Well,
Well, good, Kristen. Thank you for talking to your people. I appreciate it.
no, that's fine. Well, my people, they're your people. They're everybody's people.
Yeah, the people who care.
Yes. They're
all
not.
about it.
They're our people. They're our people. They're our people.
Yeah.
They are. But anyway, so there goes a tree that was over 60 years old. completely illegally destroyed. That's what it was all about. For those who haven't seen this, I'm just going to walk back there, David, so they can see. So I'm just going to show you the beginning. For those who have not seen it, I hope I get all your questions in because the sun is quite powerful, but I'm trying to find the questions. So if I've missed anybody, just copy and paste your questions again. I'll try and do it. But you can see here, you can see the incredible size of this tree. Whoops, and there I nearly fall.
And that was over one of the smallest.
Yeah. Okay, okay. So here's another one. Has anyone seen the eagle? Oh yes, okay, David, there's someone asking, has anybody seen the eagles since then? The answer is no, he's not.
I don't know that. I have not
Yes.
seen them since then.
Thank you,
So
Carrie.
I don't
Thank
know
you, very
that.
kind.
I mean,
Yeah.
somebody may well have seen them. I mean, I actually don't live
Right.
that far. I mean, I live about five miles from here.
Right.
But I have not seen the eagles flying over. If they flew over and saw their nest tree missing,
Okay.
they'd be upset and probably carry on, go away.
Okay, so here you are again. Just so the initial damage was done right here, on this side and on the other side.
Cut it in here.
They cut it there to
then
have the tree fall in the way in the direction of the cut, obviously, and then that seemed to have not worked. So they put another cut there.
Well, that's what they call the back cut.
That's what you call the
fall
back cut.
this way. The only thing was it began to lean
Right.
toward the road.
Right. Thanks,
And the guy
Dana.
got
Thank you.
scared.
Right.
And
Right.
He went on. He put some wedges in it and left.
Right.
So it was pretty dangerous when I got here, and they stopped the roads out here so the tree didn't fall on the roads.
Yeah.
And
So
they had a team come in and fall the tree and stop the roads. They had about 10 people here from the city, so it was a big effort.
right. Right. And here's this beautiful poem that David read out already. So just go to the beginning of the stream, and you will hear him read out poem, and it's all shown. There's somebody who's donated it. I'm just going to walk outside and have them a look, but I'll say thank you very much, David, for making it clear. Thanks for signing
Well,
the petition. And
And I thank you all for caring, because if people
Yes.
don't care, that's why we lose these things. It's only when people stand up and shout and scream and holler and take the government people by the collar and shake them a bit that we get something happening. I mean, that's what it's all about. If people don't care, it's gone.
very good. Thank you, David. Thank you. Okay, so we're just going to walk out now. I just wanted to show you. So this is the place that David said they wanted to build a park. And you can see they've dumped in just 3 days here, or just a few days after, they dumped garbage here, which was absolutely awful. Well, this is reality. People, I mean, people on the stream, I'm talking to the converted. It would cross nobody's mind here to do anything like this. But this is also in Canada, beautiful British Columbia. This is what we should show, and this is what people do with their beautiful British Columbia. It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful places on Earth, and here you go, right? So I'm sorry to show you the dark sides of things, but it's the only way we can change things, right? So I know you care. I know you all care, and it's wonderful. And thank you so much for your kind donations. It's so appreciated. I, in turn, will do my best to do a lot more live streams. So this is the road, by the way. This is for those who wanted to know where it is, 20th Avenue coming up here. Avenues, of course, running. This is direction west. That's east-west. And then Croydon starts right there. So it's on the corner of Croydon and 20th. That's where the site is. And ironically, when you enter it, it says trespassers will be prosecuted, which is almost, like a laughing stock, of course, It's unbelievable, isn't it? So let me just flip the camera quickly, and I would like to thank you. It's amazing how many turned up for this broadcast. I'm absolutely delighted. I'm very grateful. Sorry, it's quite warm here. It's quite warm. And I really wanted to thank you from my heart. To be part of this is very important. I have more time now to be out a lot more. There are not many eagles in August and September, but they do come back late September. And there's still a few eagles around, not many. But this is a story that I thought was really important. By the way, for those of you who remember the Eagle Hawk Day, that's the happy news. That was exactly a year ago where I broadcast from Vancouver Island, from Sydney. Thank you for your kind remarks. I see Osprey Manama journey. And so thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So Remember the positive thing about the... Thank you, Lady Hawk. Thank you. That's very kind. Thank you. Thank you. And Jani too. Yes, and so remember the positive Eagle Hawk Day, right? I better get in the shade, otherwise I can't even switch this off. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye now if I manage how to do this. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Nana, and so on. I hope I missed no one there, and Jackie too. And thank you, everyone, for being part of this. And yeah, pass on the petition. It's great that Canadians and Americans can work together about this. You know, it's our eagles. That's what it's all about. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.